I'm Bridget Phetasy, and this is your dumpster fire for the weeks of September 6th to September 26th.
And the unicorns dance while the world burns, world burns.
Troll in Chief. Trump wishes Prince Harry luck in a press interview.
Yes, this was hilarious, and it made me LOL when I saw it in real time. Because this is when Trump is really a man of the people. I feel like he really is on board with everyone feeling that Meghan Markle is as annoying as we feel that she is.
I'm not a fan of hers.
He said, all I'm going to say is I wish Harry luck because he's going to need it.
I wish a lot of luck to Harry because he's going to need it.
Which we've been saying here on Dumpster Fire for weeks and months. And so it also leads me to believe that Trump watches Dumpster Fire. I feel like he would like this show.
Possibly. Except we always start off kind of mocking him, and then he would never get past that.
He probably likes that, though.
Just like him and his little maggoteers. Oh, hello, new viewers. We're only going to disappoint you. In case you're hoping for something that will make you feel good about your opinions, I suggest you find something else on YouTube, because our job here is to take all of the sacred cows and turn them into burgers and eat them for breakfast.
Well, the comments on your
The hamburgers for breakfast.
the comments on your Rogan interview are hilarious because people are like, "She's such a libtard," and then she's like, "Why is she pretending she's not a conservative?" And like, it's just like this whole thing. It's like people just see what they want to see.
I know.
The Amish for Trump parade.
Also one of my favorite stories from the past couple of weeks. There were so many great things about this. A, there was no one watching this parade.
It's an empty field.
Yeah. Which makes sense, being that, you know, they're Amish and they have buggies.
They can't put like a blast out on social media like, "Come join our parade."
Were they just parading for themselves?
Yes,
You know, who is this for? And then if you watch the video closely enough, which because I have a lot of time on my hands, I do, halfway through the video, there's a buggy that rolls by and it says, "Make liberals cry again." A big banner. It says Trump. And then if you read, it says, "Make liberals cry again." I'm like, even the Amish are trolling the libs.
Seriously.
Where did they even know to troll the libs? They're not online. That seems like such an online thing.
I know.
Because allegedly they get their news from the paper. They're not reading about this in the paper.
No.
No one's trolling the libs and drinking liberal tears in normal papers. So that means there's some woke Amish person that's driving them all crazy.
It's annoying the fuck out of them.
I mean, it goes to show you how annoying the libs are that even the Amish know that they need to troll them. It's reached unprecedented levels of irritating when you've instigated the Amish to get in on piling on and making fun of you and mocking you. I bet the Amish drink the purest of liberal tears.
Probably.
Like homegrown liberal tears. But seriously, are there woke Amish? What does that even look like? It's like Jebediah got back from Rumspringa. And he was like, "Hi, yeah, Jebediah, my pronouns are they, them, theirs. I think we need to have, Jebediah, sit down. We never should have let you come back." And he's like, "No." They're at the community town hall. "Point of personal Amish privilege. We need to have a conversation about the lack of diversity here in our community. I believe we need a little bit more inclusion of other religions." And they're like, "Get out of here. It's only because we're white we're able to successfully disconnect from the entire world. People of color never have this option. And when they do disconnect from the entire world, they're often colonized." And they're like, "I wish he'd never come back."
Yeah, where did they learn to own the libs?
I don't know. I need to know this. I need to know where the Amish... I want to go, I want to do an investigative report on where the Amish learned to own the libs.
Please do that.
Because that means someone's online Who's online? Huh? I mean, 2020 just progressively gets weirder every single day.
All right. And then in dumpster fire for president, Joe Biden botches the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. One nation, indivisible, under God, for real.
Actually, under God was added in 1954, so maybe Joe Biden was just reciting the original version that he learned when he was a child in the 40s.
Because he's old.
For real. That's how old he is. He learned the original version of the Pledge of Allegiance. It still doesn't explain why he forgot the whole part about to the flag, but that was probably just his dementia.
I pledge allegiance to the United States of America.
Next
is no better because we've got Nancy Pelosi reboots mid-interview.
This was freaking weird and hilarious, and I don't know if she had 2 earpieces or what the hell was going on.
They're early for voting the day that we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
We've been so focused on Joe's cognitive decline that we've failed to notice Nancy Pelosi is rapidly declining as well, because they're all in their freaking late 70s and should be enjoying their time with their families instead of clinging to power. It's time to acknowledge that the leaders of this country are all in early stages of dementia. And I think we need term limits. And I've been saying on Dumpster Fire since day one that I don't want these olds running the country. And I was right.
Yeah.
Because now they're all just falling apart.
They're all just slipping publicly.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
And the look on George Stephanopoulos' face, he's like, what is happening right now?
Moving on to Capitalism Always Wins.
Capitalism always wins. And you can get this mug at BridgetPhetasy.com as well as some other nice merch. I can't talk.
Show us the back of it.
Oh, look. People post these online all the time. Hashtag fetish. That way I can find them. PHETISH for when we turn this into a podcast, which we are. We've heard the requests. We're turning this into a podcast so you can listen to it. But you're going to miss so much of the crazy and the titties.
And the editorializing.
And the titties.
And the titties.
The titties.
We all know that's why like 90% of the people watch Dumpster Fire. You're not even showing enough cleavage today to satisfy
found
your
that
audience.
out the hard way when I wore, God forbid, a freaking Hawaiian shirt, and all the comments were like, "Where are the boobs?"
Capitalism always wins. Gucci is selling a $2,600 dress for men.
I hate everything. I bet that's what Jebediah looked like when he got back from Rumspringa.
And they were like, "Get out of here!"
He's like, "Look what I made them design a Gucci. I used some of our inspirational patterns."
Oh God. I can't believe this dress is $2,600. It looks like something little orphan Annie would wear.
Yeah.
Before she gets adopted.
Fuck you, Gucci. $2,600 for a dress. Only Trustafarians can afford this dress.
Seriously.
These are the kind of people that beg on the streets in Boulder, Colorado with their guitar and panhandle, and they're actually millionaires' kids. We like to look like we're poor, although this dress is $2,600. It's like, oh, I just got this at the vintage store. Who's wearing that Gucci dress, though, other than some asshole passing it off from something he got at the thrift store? And the man purse, where he can keep his syringes
Drugs.
for his heroin addiction.
It is heroin chic.
Yeah. It's all of it. And then even the description, like, to fight against the gender, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, this is what fucking pisses me off. It's the fact that you're supposed to just be like, yeah, that's cool. That's normal. You're selling a dress. In the description, you're talking about toxic masculinity. Also, how it has a childlike theme, which is weird.
Yeah.
We don't need to include childhood in this. And we're all supposed to smile and clap and be like, that's so brave. That's so progressive. No, it's fucking weird. And it's $2,600.
Yeah.
Where are you, QAnon?
Fuck you. Just like own your capitalism always wins attitude and let's move on.
Well, that's the thing, though. People will buy it because capitalism always wins.
And then in California.
Oh, my God. This fucking state.
California Governor Gavin Newsom banned sales of new gas cars by 2035.
California can barely keep the power going with rolling blackouts. Can't even keep the electricity on. And now we're supposed to all have electric cars. That makes perfect sense.
Uh-huh.
Perfect sense.
And also, how does he get away with just making these kinds of proclamations like he's a king? I fucking hate Gavin Newsom. That guy is such a sleazebag. This is a fucking America. Although we're not. We're in California. You should be able to buy whatever the kind of car you want to buy that's on the market, not a fucking only electric car. That drives me crazy.
And how are low-income families supposed to afford this, too?
Yeah, and I was reading a whole article about how the cost is all going to fall on the consumer because they're going to have to produce more electric cars, and then it's all nonsense. And I don't even actually know how it's constitutional or legal, how you can just make that a thing.
Maybe Newsom has a small dick. That's why he's trying to control everything.
I'm not going to comment on that because I feel bad for those with small wee-wees. I think he just really wants to, run this state into the ground. Gavin Newsom, show me on this doll where California touched you. Because obviously, California did something to hurt you deeply. And we need to get to the bottom of it before every person in this state leaves and all you have is homeless people here. Because that's all it's going to be.
And the only way that you can afford to pay for all the homeless people is taxing people who have left the state 10 years ago.
Stealing. So stealing from people who have fled your state, California refugees. They're all over America now. Don't ruin America wherever you go, Californians. Put the connection between these idiots that you're voting for. I didn't vote for Gavin Newsom, no siree, and the policies that are making you leave this state, which is beautiful and has perfect weather, and it's an absolute tragedy what's happened to it.
Well, then we have LA Mayor Eric Garcetti. Was also full of shit and ridiculous ideas to destroy California this week.
Garcetti is like a mayor from South Park. How is this even real? How is he a real mayor? Also someone who has destroyed Los Angeles. We had 20,000 homeless people maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It's more than doubled in a couple of years.
That's nuts.
It's 41,000 as of 2019, and it's probably even more than that.
I don't even think there were that many homeless people when it was 2008 and it was really bad.
No, but Maggie, don't you know, according to Mayor Garcetti, when the economy is good, homelessness goes up.
But in a good economy, homelessness goes up.
Because that's logical 2 + 2 = 5 math that I would expect from a liberal. I have very liberal bleeding heart sensibilities, but the policies are not helping.
What was the first clip from Garcetti?
He was talking about
trans LAPD.
Hire LAPD officers who are trans.
Right, but defund the police.
Defund the police. But when you do hire a police officer, make sure they're trans.
More LAPD officers who are trans. That should be as much as we're putting money aside.
It doesn't matter anymore. Nothing matters. And we're going to get rid of the equality bill in California so that you can basically do whatever you want and discriminate all over the place.
Discriminate legally.
Yeah. Things are going great here in California. And you know what else increases when the homeless numbers rise? Poop on the streets.
All right. And now in Canceled.
Canceled. We really need to make those t-shirts and mugs. We really need to make those t-shirts.
Brunch has been canceled.
Brunch has been canceled by AOC.
I'm sorry to tell you, you're not going back to brunch. We're not going back to brunch. That's not happening.
It is something that AOC and I agree on, because if I had all of the power that she has right now, I would absolutely use it to destroy brunch. Dun, dun, dun. We're not going back to brunch. Not going back to brunch. And then she smiles sadistically because it's really all about power. It has nothing to do with, brunch or anything. You would think that somebody who's a working class hero like AOC wouldn't want to be destroying waitressing jobs, considering that she came from that industry.
Uh-huh.
Also, the thing that pisses me off about this is that you're basically saying, hey, listen up, you fucking assholes. You need to be activists all the time, every day, all day now. That's your new job. Not all of us can get paid by George Soros. Sam, I knew Sam would like that one.
I love it.
Sam loves all the conspiracy
I know,
jokes.
'cause the thing about conspiracy theories is that they're funny, and so you can't even talk about them now because everybody takes them absolutely literally as the truth.
It's not.
Aren't restaurants struggling? Don't they need our help?
I know. Don't
They've
they
been through
need
enough.
brunch?
Yeah. Restaurants have been through enough with COVID. They need brunch. I have gone on record and said that brunch is the worst crowd of people to ever wait on. So on the one hand, I do understand the instinct to destroy it because it's group text messages, people trying to organize things. It's annoying. You go wait. You spend 4 hours on a meal that should take 1 hour in one of the most productive times of your day. But that's just me. Lots of people love it. And that whole thing of her talking about we're not going back to brunch sounds like something you say like Buzz. We're not going back to brunch.
At brunch.
Yeah, brunch. We're not going back to brunch. I should run for Congress. Can I get another mimosa? I must command my loyal following to like, subscribe, and comment and touch my bells and buttons. If you're new here, this is your opportunity to touch my bells and buttons and tell all of your friends and spread the word that Dumpster Fire is the #1 not news show that will keep you sane for the next 5 weeks as we head into the show that is the 2020 election.
Proof we're living in a simulation. Ring has a new drone that will fly around your house.
Okay, no. The best was the quote in the article, and it's probably some PR thing that comes from Ring. Ring says the camera can be used for simple things like checking if a stove was left on or a window left open. Innocent little things like just checking to see if your house is okay. They're going to scare you into robot domination and a surveillance state. They're going to terrify you.
Oh, no.
It's stupid, but most people are probably going to use it to see if their wife is sleeping with the pool boy, like Jerry Falwell Jr.'s. Oh, wait. He was actually sitting in the corner lurking and jerking.
Not watching via drone.
Not watching via drone. He was just acting as the drone. This is how we get taken over by robots, and I've been saying this forever. It is going to be like the frog in the boiling water. It's going to be convenience. It's not going to be brute force. They're just going to beep us to death. They're going to stand there and be like, beep, 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 beep. And you're like, okay, robot, I'll wash your clothes. No. Shut up, robot. They're going to win. Well, I guess I'm going to start with beep, 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 beep. You're like, okay, Alexa, I'll do whatever you say. Just stop beeping, please. Anything, just go away. And you'll be working for them, and you'll be a robot slave. Why are people inviting the surveillance state into their home? I identify as Amish now. As long as we kick Jebediah out.
All right, and then Boston Dynamics, their little robot dog thing is still making its way around the world or whatever the hell it's doing.
Somebody just got a video of one of these things out in the live, like in the wild.
Oh my god.
Hello, friend. Oh my god.
Just roaming around the streets. It's not long before these things have lasers and guns armed on them, and we know how that's going to turn out. Why are we encouraging this? Oh, look how adorable it is. Just like a little dog. No. These are robots. That little drone in your house is going to be able to laser you dead if you say something like a microaggression in your own home. You're going to be like, I don't know about AOC. You're stunned for an hour. You wake up.
I don't know how people are okay with seeing this thing roaming around in the streets and be like, oh my god, it's a germ. I would attack that thing with a hatchet. Get away from me.
Imagine an army of those things coming towards you. You're just like,
right, and they can jump and climb things
and do backflips. They're terrifying.
Yeah.
Nobody should think these things are adorable. This is why they're just putting them out one at a time. No, imagine 1,000 of those roaming the streets.
No, thank you.
Well, it's coming. So start learning how to run and kill robots.
Dumpster diving.
What's next in the dumpster? That's so fun. I recommend you all try that at home. Just take a deep breath in and let all of that 2020 angst out.
Go a little feral. 300,000 used condoms were washed and getting ready to be resold were seized by the police in Vietnam.
This is just gross. I know.
Oh.
Most disturbing line in this entire article, which is actually more disturbing even than the headline, is that they don't know how long this has been going on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. There's so many disturbing parts of this. A, that this even happened. B, that someone was paid to wash used condoms out.
And they don't even know who sent the condoms.
Right.
No, and it was like one person who collected them, probably from, I'm guessing it's some kind of ring of brothels or something.
Oh.
I mean, where else would you get them?
Did they use condoms in
Yeah, I'm pretty
brothels?
sure the dudes who are banging chicks who are like on business and stuff are using condoms when they're, I don't know. They use them. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where they're getting all these condoms.
Ugh.
But I don't like to think about it.
And then we have a gender reveal party results in raging wildfires in California.
This infuriates me. A, it's not the first time a gender reveal party has started a freaking forest fire. There was one in 2017. B, I've been saying this forever. Instagram is ruining the world because none of these gender reveals would have to be these big pyrotechnic deals if it wasn't some narcissistic mom who needs to up the ante every time they do their little gender reveal so that they can post it on frickin' Instagram. That's the only reason. It's social media. It's feeding the algorithm.
Yeah.
And now a firefighter is dead and multiple thousands of acres have burned because you needed to shoot a rocket that said your baby was blue, like you're the first freaking human who ever had a baby before. No one cares.
I hope that kid becomes non-binary.
Well, that's the other thing is it's the ironic in the face of everybody talking about how we don't need to gender as a social construct that there's been this parallel rise in gender reveal parties. Shouldn't every gender reveal party just be yellow? Like whatever they want to be, man.
Gray.
Yeah. We're having a gender reveal party and it doesn't matter because the baby gets to pick its gender when it comes out of the womb. Feeling really cynical today.
That's like every day. That's where dumpster fire came from.
I don't want to be cynical. I want to have hope for the future. I feel like they have some hope in the South for an America that can unite amongst our differences. Rise out of the ashes of gender reveal parties.
Wow.
What is happening? A protester accidentally lights himself on fire.
Everything about this video is the perfect metaphor for what the Democrats are doing to themselves when they riot 40 days before an election. That's all I have to say about that. You want Trump to win? Keep rioting. Keep that shit up. I'm sure that the Republicans don't love to use all that footage in their campaign videos. Morons!
Morons! Then we have virtual audience members on Kelly Clarkson's new show dance to Vin Diesel's new song.
Who knew that Vin Diesel would be the soundtrack to the dystopian apocalypse in our future that we're living through now? I thought it would be Radiohead, but this does seem a little bit more appropriate.
It's oddly appropriate
Yeah.
that it's like some weird music.
Yacht
by
rock.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel yacht rock.
Yeah. Yacht rock. I love that term, Sam. Never heard of it, and I've been on a lot of yachts.
Really?
I've never heard of it either.
You've never heard of yacht rock?
Uh-uh.
Sam,
It's totally a term. I did not make it up.
I feel like I love when Sam makes something up, and then she's like, "You've never heard of this thing I made up?"
I just said I never made it up.
She would be owning it if she had made it up.
I would.
This was a creepy thing, though, this video. We live in a Black Mirror episode. Black Mirror couldn't shoot because our reality is too much like Black Mirror. Black Mirror should turn to a show where it's like all innocent and no technology to just be the anti-Black
Like
Mirror.
baby pandas eating leaves.
Yeah.
Well, I loved the fact, too, someone commented, they were like, why are the screens socially distant from each other?
Were they listening to the same music, or were they just dancing to no music?
It didn't even look like they were listening to music at all.
All of it. All of it. I want off. I want off this ride. Reset the simulation, please. Reset.
Why are there llamas on Alex Jones's set?
Why are there llamas on Alex Jones's set?
Poco, how you doing? Come on here, sweetie. Can I give you a cookie?
We have elevated mental illness to the highest positions of attention in the land. And more importantly, why don't I have a llama on my set? Sam! Get me a llama!
Danish TV show Ultra Strips Down has come under fire for allowing children as young as 11 to quiz a lineup of stark naked adults.
Where's the Danish chapter of QAnon when you need them? I mean, partially I kind of get it because it's Europe and they're weirdos, and like super free about all this sex stuff, way freer than we are in America, which is very puritanical. But this is a bridge too far.
Yeah.
This is weird. It's just creepy. You don't need to get naked in front of kids.
Hvornår får man egentlig hår på den nedre del af kroppen?
You're getting naked in front of children. No one saw a problem with this.
I know. It's supposed to be about body positivity and like...
It feels like grooming, though.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It feels a little like grooming. Like, see how normal it is when an adult gets naked in front of you and talks about their penis? No. It's all shock value at the expense of the kids.
Yeah.
That's what this show feels like. We must think of the children. The innocent children.
Beyond parody, RBG's death inspired a woman to join the Satanic Temple.
All I know is that after reading this article and doing a deep dive, I've decided that we should all join the Satanic Temple. All I'm saying is that they have some pretty good tenets. Have you looked into them? No.
You were reading them to us last night.
I know, they were getting so annoyed.
She wouldn't stop talking about the Satanic Temple.
I think they have some good ideas. If they weren't so branded with Satan, I feel like they could really be onto something. Anyway, I'm going to start my own local chapter. I'm a Satanist now.
They have some good values. It's just, the whole Satan thing that's really the tripper.
Satan is just a representation of pushing back against the autocracies that are inherent in our system, Maggie. It's punk, okay?
He's a rebel.
He's a rebel.
Seriously, they have gotten to you. You have been officially brainwashed by the Satanist temple.
What's next?
She's not disagreeing. Parade of morons.
Let's see how things are going with liberals the past couple of weeks.
I'm driving your car, but I just got a notification that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died! Fuck! Could this year get any fucking worse?
Oh, I see they're going exactly as I would have expected. It's the eternal scream from the woman who was screaming on Inauguration Day that went viral has just echoed for the last 4 years. And probably 4 more.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States. President Obama.
Sprained my eyes. We have 2 repeat offenders in this category this week.
These do.
Jameela Jamil is branded annoying, condescending, and out of touch by trolls as she claims her perfect skin was achieved through privilege and supporting trans rights.
Sometimes the trolls are right. I say it all the time. I don't really see where the lie was there. She is annoying and pretentious and condescending.
So annoying.
And then she had the audacity. Some guy on Twitter, he quote tweeted her and said, "Oh my God, could she be more annoying?" True. Then she blasted it to her 3.3 million followers. Little Miss Anti-Bully. All of her followers piled on him, and he was just laughing. He was like, I'll keep... And now, he got a lot of followers out of it, me being one of them. And because he's hilarious. He was just riding in the wave, but it's so stupid. He was like, this girl doesn't know how to take the L. Because she just doubled down and would just, keep on writing paragraphs. There's something wrong with her.
Mm-hmm.
She has borderline narcissistic personality disorder or something. She's almost a parody of somebody who just regurgitates the woke ideology directly from whatever textbooks that they're getting it from. She's a joke. She can't be taken seriously.
Remember when you were almost on a podcast with her or hosting a podcast with her?
Yeah. There was a company that wanted me and Jameela to do a podcast together, which I didn't know she was like this. And thank God they didn't do it. I mean, it probably would be a huge podcast because it would just be me telling her she's a moron every day and her coming back and telling me that she doesn't feel safe.
I think it would have lasted like one episode because she would have been like, I can't walk this way.
Oh, God, the voice. And I feel so bad for James Blake. Poor guy.
John Legend says people might have to leave America if Trump is reelected.
They always threaten to do this. And then the next story that came out about him was that he bought a $14.5 million mansion in Beverly Hills or something, or somewhere. So he's not going anywhere, but they always starting to do this. Lena Dunham still lives here. So does Chelsea Handler. None of them followed through on their promise to leave America if Trump won. So don't threaten me with a good time, John Legend. I hope you all leave because you guys are so annoying, and take your shitty version of Baby It's Cold Outside with you. We will not tolerate this kind of blasphemy around here at the Satanic Temple. Get out of here!
All right, and then in Breaking Bridget, there's a rumor that...
Other than the snubbed coffee advertisement that I cannot for the life of me get through.
There's a rumor that Meghan Markle might run for president.
If Meghan Markle runs, I will run against her. You have my word, America. It will be me running a grassroots campaign as an independent to rise up and defeat my Eskimo sister Ivanka Trump and annoying Meghan Markle, who's destroyed King Harry, a man that I partied adjacently with.
And you guys might also be Eskimo sisters, too.
Yes. I'm not entirely sure if Meghan Markle and I are Eskimo sisters. I'm going to have to do a little research.
It'll all come out in the election run.
Oh, gosh. Somebody had a great tweet, and they said, it was Benny Belvedere. He said, mad respect for King George III's long game. I feel like that's the winner.
All right. And then we have some clips from In the Internet is Glorious.
I wrote a little pitch, if I could read through that.
Please.
Dear Saddleback College, let's face it, our mascot, the Gaucho, is racist, and it's time for him to be murdered. Anyway, I have just the idea for a new progressive mascot for your school. Her name is Titty Pussy, and she's a woke, sloppy goblin girl who rides around the campus on sweat-stained roller skates and begs each student to come out as bi.
I'm going to tell you a story now, and it's a guy that I know from Scotland. I tell you one story about Spain. When you're driving in Spain, everybody want to drive fast. There we are making some dance party in Germany. All dances is over. And you go to New York City, and people are like, what you doing over here? Like, I play with Chelsea over here.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
The internet was certainly glorious this week.
And then in Phetasy news,
we had 3 weeks of walk-ins welcome, my podcast, Felicia Killings, Brett Weinstein, and Colin Quinn. Check out the podcast. Please subscribe to it. Tell your friends. It's a little bit more of a chill version of me and nuanced version, not so insane. Check out my article in Spectator. It's letters from the politically homeless. So we also have a series coming in which I'll be reading a lot of those, but this was just a big summary of what I've been hearing from you. Many of you wrote in. Thank you for writing. If you want to write in your story of political homelessness, please do. I am politicallyhomeless@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. I was on Rogan. Some of you probably just discovered me because of that episode. So welcome to the shit show that is the Phetasy universe. It's much better than Marvel.
Bold words, bold claim.
Wow. Phetasy v. Marvel.
I do want to riff about everybody in the comments because 50% of all the comments and anything that Rogan puts now are people calling him a sellout.
I know.
And I'm like, oh, okay, internet person who's sitting there in their house in their boxers, you're not going to take 100 million.
I know.
Like, give me a break. This is like the dude eating a corn dog in the nosebleed seats, calling the players sellouts.
You'd sell out for like $100,000.
Like $100. Most people would be like, yeah, I'll do that for $100.
It's $100 million.
I know. I love it for like sellout.
It's like, whatever. He's such a sellout. You wouldn't take $100 million?
They all would take $100 million. That is the weirdest form of jealousy that I ever see. You idiot. You took $100 million for this thing you've built over the course of a decade and spent a lot of time and energy on. I can't believe it, you moron. I look forward to selling out. That's all I have to say. Thank you for bearing with us. We're back. It's been a few weeks, and clearly I'm a little bit rusty. So we'll get our groove. We're going every week unless barring some travels or something, but we're going every week through the election to keep me sane, to keep you sane, to keep Maggie and Sam wanting to kill themselves. That's where I need my people. Slightly suicidal. Thank you, Zen Pro Audio, for the mic. If you need any audio goods, check them out. They're the best. Thank you, Better Phetasy, for the research. And thank you people out there, for watching, subscribing, telling your friends. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for touching my bells and buttons. Thank you for subscribing to Phetasy.com, where you can get the unedited version of this here show for about the price of a latte every single month. It's a great community, and the unedited version drops on Sundays, so you get it early. Thank you, Maggie and Sam. Could not do this without you. Follow Sam on Instagram. She loves it there. Follow Maggie in Phetasy community, where she never posts because she's a misanthrope.
I'm there. I'm there lurking.
Maggie lurks in the shadows.
She's a lurker and a jerker. And that's all I have. I just wanted to end on that note. This has been your dumpster fire for the weeks of September 6th to September 26th. I'm Bridget Phetasy. Now make me rich. Me and my so I can get llamas.